ពិធីទូទាត់ប្រាក់នៅកម្ពុជាបានវិវត្តពីមួយចំនួនទៅមួយចំនួនទូរស័ព្ទបានផ្ដល់នូវមធ្យោបាយទូទាត់ប្រាក់ថ្មីប៉ុន្តែការទូទាត់តាមទូរស័ព្ទទាំងអស់មានភាពស្មុគស្មាញដោយសារតែមិនមានការតភ្ជាប់ពីធនាគារមួយទៅធនាគារមួយទេតើធ្វើម៉េចទៅទើបធ្វើឲ្យការទូទាត់មានភាពងាយស្រួលអស់បារម្ភជាមួយបាគងតភ្ជាប់ធនាគារនិងភ្នាក់ងារទូទាត់ប្រាក់ទាំងអស់ដើម្បីបង្កើតបានជាហេដ្ឋារចនាសម្ព័ន្ធសម្រាប់ការទូទាត់តាមទូរស័ព្ទលោកអ្នកអាចធ្វើការទូទាត់ទំនិញនិងផ្ញើប្រាក់ទៅកាន់ដៃគូធនាគារឬភ្នាក់ងារទូទាត់ប្រាក់ទាំងអស់ដែលជាសមាជិករបស់ប្រព័ន្ធបាគងតាមរយៈកម្មវិធីទូរស័ព្ទរបស់លោកអ្នកអាចដោនឡូតកម្មវិធីបាគងរួចធ្វើការចុះឈ្មោះប្រើប្រាស់ឬក៏ប្រើសេវាបាគងនៅលើកម្មវិធី Mobile Banking App របស់លោកអ្នកដែលមានស្រាប់សម្រាប់ព័ត៌មានលម្អិតសូមទំនាក់ទំនងទៅធនាគារឬភ្នាក់ងារដែលជាសមាជិករបស់បាគងទាំងអស់បាគងប្រព័ន្ធទូទាត់ក្នុងយុគសម័យថ្មីសម្រាប់អ្នកទាំងអស់គ្នា
ការផ្លាស់ប្ដូររូបរាងថ្មីរបស់ True Money Wallet សុវត្ថិភាពជាងមុនប្រតិបត្តិការរហ័សជាងមុន True Money សូមណែនាំរូបរាងថ្មីនៃ True Money Wallet សេវាផ្ទេរប្រាក់ផ្ទេរទៅលេខទូរស័ព្ទនិងផ្ទេរទៅធនាគារសេវាបង់វិក័យប័ណ្ណសេវាបញ្ចូលលុយទូរស័ព្ទសេវាស្កេនចាយលុយTrue Money Wallet កាន់តែលុយកាន់តែស្រួល
ចេញមាននឹងទៅណាទៅយើង
តោះទៅមើលកូននេះ
អូខេ
ឲ្យគ្នាម្នាក់ 36,700 មក
ហើយបាកងផ្ញើលុយបានឆាប់រហ័សនិងមិនគិតថ្លៃសេវា
ឈប់ចាប់បធនាគារខុសគ្នា
ធនាគារណាក៏អាចផ្ញើបានដែរអត់ចាំលេខគណៈដៃផងហ្នឹង
ផ្ញើតាមលេខទូរស័ព្ទក៏បាន scan តាម QR code ក៏បាន
ជាមួយបាគងផ្ញើលុយពេលណាក៏បានទីណាក៏បានងាយស្រួលសុវត្ថិភាពនិងមានប្រសិទ្ធភាព
ទាញយកអីឡើយនេះ
ពិធីទូទាត់ប្រាក់នៅកម្ពុជាបានវិវត្តពីមួយចំនួនទៅមួយចំនួនទូរស័ព្ទបានផ្ដល់នូវមធ្យោបាយទូទាត់ប្រាក់ថ្មីប៉ុន្តែការទូទាត់តាមទូរស័ព្ទទាំងអស់មានភាពស្មុគស្មាញដោយសារតែមិនមានការតភ្ជាប់ពីធនាគារមួយទៅធនាគារមួយទេតើធ្វើម៉េចទៅទើបធ្វើឲ្យការទូទាត់មានភាពងាយស្រួលអស់បារម្ភជាមួយបាគងតភ្ជាប់ធនាគារនិងភ្នាក់ងារទូទាត់ប្រាក់ទាំងអស់ដើម្បីបង្កើតបានជាហេដ្ឋារចនាសម្ព័ន្ធសម្រាប់ការទូទាត់តាមទូរស័ព្ទលោកអ្នកអាចធ្វើការទូទាត់ទំនិញនិងផ្ញើប្រាក់ទៅកាន់ដៃគូធនាគារឬភ្នាក់ងារទូទាត់ប្រាក់ទាំងអស់ដែលជាសមាជិករបស់ប្រព័ន្ធបាគងតាមរយៈកម្មវិធីទូរស័ព្ទរបស់លោកអ្នកអាចដោនឡូតកម្មវិធីបាគងរួចធ្វើការចុះឈ្មោះប្រើប្រាស់ឬក៏ប្រើសេវាបាគងនៅលើកម្មវិធី Mobile Banking App របស់លោកអ្នកដែលមានស្រាប់សម្រាប់ព័ត៌មានលម្អិតសូមទំនាក់ទំនងទៅធនាគារឬភ្នាក់ងារដែលជាសមាជិករបស់បាគងទាំងអស់បាគងប្រព័ន្ធទូទាត់ក្នុងយុគសម័យថ្មីសម្រាប់អ្នកទាំងអស់គ្នា
ការផ្លាស់ប្ដូររូបរាងថ្មីរបស់ True Money Wallet សុវត្ថិភាពជាងមុនប្រតិបត្តិការរហ័សជាងមុន True Money សូមណែនាំរូបរាងថ្មីនៃ True Money Wallet សេវាផ្ទេរប្រាក់ផ្ទេរទៅលេខទូរស័ព្ទនិងផ្ទេរទៅធនាគារសេវាបង់វិក័យប័ណ្ណសេវាបញ្ចូលលុយទូរស័ព្ទសេវាស្កេនចាយលុយ True Money Wallet កាន់តែលុយកាន់តែស្រួល
ចេញមាននឹងទៅណាទៅយើង
តោះទៅមើលគាត់នេះ
អូខេ
ឲ្យគ្នាម្នាក់ 36,700 មក
ហើយ
បាកងផ្ញើលុយបានឆាប់រហ័សនិងមិនគិតថ្លៃសេវា
ឈប់ចាប់ធនាគារខុសគ្នា
ធនាគារណាក៏អាចផ្ញើបានដែរ
អត់ចាំលេខកណ្ដាលអីផងហ្នឹង
ផ្ញើតាមលេខទូរស័ព្ទក៏បាន scan តាម QR code ក៏បាន
ជាមួយបាកងផ្ញើលុយពេលណាក៏បានទីណាក៏បានងាយស្រួលសុវត្ថិភាពនិងមានប្រសិទ្ធភាពទាញយកឥឡូវនេះ
ពិធីទូទាត់ប្រាក់នៅកម្ពុជាបានវិវត្តពីមួយចំនួនទៅមួយចំនួនទូរស័ព្ទបានផ្ដល់នូវមធ្យោបាយទូទាត់ប្រាក់ថ្មីប៉ុន្តែការទូទាត់តាមទូរស័ព្ទទាំងអស់មានភាពស្មុគស្មាញដោយសារតែមិនមានការតភ្ជាប់ពីធនាគារមួយទៅធនាគារមួយទេតើធ្វើម៉េចទៅទើបធ្វើឲ្យការទូទាត់មានភាពងាយស្រួលអស់បារម្ភជាមួយបាកងតភ្ជាប់ធនាគារនិងភ្នាក់ងារទូទាត់ប្រាក់ទាំងអស់ដើម្បីបង្កើតបានជាហេដ្ឋារចនាសម្ព័ន្ធសម្រាប់ការទូទាត់តាមទូរស័ព្ទលោកអ្នកអាចធ្វើការទូទាត់ទំនិញនិងផ្ញើប្រាក់ទៅកាន់ដៃគូធនាគារឬភ្នាក់ងារទូទាត់ប្រាក់ទាំងអស់ដែលជាសមាជិករបស់ប្រព័ន្ធបាគងតាមរយៈកម្មវិធីទូរស័ព្ទរបស់លោកអ្នកអាចដោនឡូតកម្មវិធីបាគងរួចធ្វើការចុះឈ្មោះប្រើប្រាស់ឬក៏ប្រើសេវាបាគងនៅលើកម្មវិធី Mobile Banking App របស់លោកអ្នកដែលមានស្រាប់សម្រាប់ព័ត៌មានលម្អិតសូមទំនាក់ទំនងទៅធនាគារឬភ្នាក់ងារដែលជាសមាជិករបស់បាគងទាំងអស់បាគងប្រព័ន្ធទូទាត់ក្នុងយុគសម័យថ្មីសម្រាប់អ្នកទាំងអស់គ្នា
ការផ្លាស់ប្ដូររូបរាងថ្មីរបស់ True Money Wallet សុវត្ថិភាពជាងមុនប្រតិបត្តិការរហ័សជាងមុន True Money សូមណែនាំរូបរាងថ្មីនៃ True Money Wallet សេវាផ្ទេរប្រាក់ផ្ទេរទៅលេខទូរស័ព្ទនិងផ្ទេរទៅធនាគារសេវាបង់វិក័យប័ណ្ណសេវាបញ្ចូលលុយទូរស័ព្ទសេវា scan ចាយលុយ True Money Wallet កាន់តែលុយកាន់តែស្រួល
ចេញមាននឹងទៅណាទៅយើង
តោះទៅមើលកូននេះ
អូខេ
ឲ្យគ្នាម្នាក់ 36,700
ហើយ
បើកងផ្ញើលុយបានឆាប់រហ័សនិងមិនគិតថ្លៃសេវា
ឈប់ចាប់បទនាគារខុសគ្នា
ធនាគារណាក៏អាចផ្ញើបានដែរ
អត់ចាំលេខគណៈដីផងហ្នឹង
ផ្ញើតាមលេខទូរស័ព្ទក៏បាន scan តាម QR code ក៏បាន
ជាមួយបាកងផ្ញើលុយពេលណាក៏បានទីណាក៏បានងាយស្រួលសុវត្ថិភាពនិងមានប្រសិទ្ធភាពទាញយកឥឡូវនេះ
Hi, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Happy International Women's Day. Thank you for tuning in to the first Woman Leader Series, a live virtual show organized by the wonderful team of the Cambodian of Finance and Technology. My name is Kim Ong. I am a Cambodian, Khmer American, and a mother of 3 amazing children. A little bit about myself. Professionally, I've held various roles as a VP and directors in the financial industry back in the US. 2 years ago, I moved to Cambodia to take on the role as a country manager for Melvic, better known as BIMA, an international insurance company. At the current time, I am the Chief Strategy Officer with Prudential Cambodia Life Assurance. We've been offering life assurance for close to 2 centuries as a company. Trusted healthcare and insurance accessible to all Cambodians as we leverage technology to reach more customers. I'm honored to be moderating this live panel discussion joined by a distinguished group of speakers. Let me quickly introduce our Khmer women leaders here, representing different sectors from finance, technology, e-commerce to agriculture. We will hear about their stories, personal views, and how they're making a difference in their lives and for their country. So let me start with Mrs. Frandora Kwon, Chief Strategy Officer at True Money. We have Ms. Monica Chun, Country Manager for Visa Cambodia. We have Ms. Canela Q, Managing Partner of the Michaela Radiant Communication. Ms. Raylin Ming, Co-Founder of Smart. Ms. Subniang Neng, Chief Executive Officer of Pokopon, Cambodia. Ms. Rachana Lay, Senior Vice President, Head of Retail Banking with Chipmunk Commercial Bank. And last but not least, we have Tida Thong, an Entrepreneur Managing Director for Tuong Enterprise Cambodia. There is no surprise that we're here speaking to an esteemed panelist, a woman today, as a way to honor International Women's Day, March 8, 2021. So let's begin. I'd like each of our guests to introduce themselves and share and personal journey with the audience. So stay tuned and a set of questions that I have already for them to share about their viewpoints on various topics as leaders within their own industry. And then we can follow up with some of the questions from our audience. So first, I would like for Ms. Dara Kwon, as Chief Strategy Officer, a little bit about herself and her corporate and personal journey.
Hi, thanks, Bong Kim. Good afternoon, ladies, online and the audience and all the guest speakers. So my name is Dara Kwon. I'm Cambodian French. I was born in France and I came to Cambodia about 30 years ago. I'm a mother of 2 beautiful daughters. So Women's Day is every day for me at home, full of women's. And so I joined True Money in late 2019. And why True Money? Actually, there's 2 reasons. The first reason is because the True Money empower women to have senior roles in the organization. Our president of Ascend Money is a woman, Khun Sini, and when I joined, all the country MDs were all female in the 6 countries. So I felt that, being part of the organization that empowering women was probably a great opportunity for me to join and to be part of the journey. And so this is, one of the main reasons. And the second reason that I joined True Money is because we're a regional company, and one of my mission and legacy is to drive a social impact in Cambodia on financial inclusion, improve life of Cambodians with financial services. So these are the two main reasons that I joined True Money, and I'm very happy. As we speak, most of my exco team are female, and I hope they are watching us today and enjoying Women's Day at home with their family. So that's a quick snapshot about me, Kim. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Yeah, it's quite amazing that we're celebrating that today, and you're also experiencing that on your day in your daily life. So we'll go on to our next guest, Monica.
Thanks so much, Kim. And a brief introduction about myself. I'm Monica Chom, a country manager for Visa. And I'm Cambodian 100%, born and raised in Cambodia. I was born in a province and then later on moved on to live in the city. I married to a Cambodian French guy. We've got 3 amazing children and 6 dogs.
Wow.
You might hear them screaming behind background. So I have to give you this warning because sometimes they are overexcited when they hear people talking. Why Visa? It took me a little while to really decide to join this amazing company. Visa, I've been working for Visa for more than 8 years now, and I really enjoy what I'm doing. And one of the primary reasons why I joined this company is that they really look after and especially growing women within the organization from any level up to a senior level. So I joined Visa, was just a contractor back then, and I grow to become a country manager in Cambodia, and the path with Visa continued to grow beyond just Cambodia and into any country that Visa operate. The philosophy of Visa is to empower consumer to pay and be paid everywhere. And what I really enjoy doing the most in the market is that we work very closely with micro enterprise and also Ministry of Women Affairs, National Bank of Cambodia to drive financial literacy, especially in the era of digital payment. So, and in Cambodia office, we have 70% women, and majority of the women is in the leadership role. So we hope to continue grow more and more women and bring more women, especially Cambodian women, into the broader spectrum of in Visa world. So we operate in more than 220 countries worldwide, and this is the opportunity beyond horizon for all of us. I'm glad to be here speaking with many women, especially on this panel. I know almost everyone on this call, so I do hope women in Cambodia and women outside Cambodia enjoy this show. Thank you so much, Kim.
Thank you so much, Monica, and we'll come back to you for a lot more other questions. Yeah. Moving on to Ms. Canilla.
Hi, thank you so much for having me, and hello to all the panelists here. So my name is Kunila Kao. So here's a little bit about myself. I spent 5-6 years working as a journalist in Cambodia in the region. And then later on, I moved to international development, working for different international organizations in the country. And in 2017, I decided to switch to business. So I set up my own company, and so far the journey has been pretty satisfying. And yeah, it's been you know, a great journey. There are ups and downs, good and bad, and I'm happy to be here today to be sharing experiences with the listeners or audience. Thank you.
Thank you, Canela. Thank you. We'll come back to you as well. Celine?
Hello, Bo. Thank you,
Hello.
Bo, and hello, all panelists here and the audience. I'm very happy. And first of all, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Celine, and I'm 19 years old, and currently I'm also the year 4 student. My major is e-commerce, and I also have my own business called Smart Farm Assistant. So why I start Smart Farm Assistant is a thing that really inspired me to think about agriculture. That I have my family, my uncle, and then they are really hard for the agriculture, which is like a traditional farming. So they spend a lot of labors, a lot of times, and also resources. So I think that I have a major is related to technology and also the team that are passionate about the Internet of Things. So we have come up that we want to have the farmer to do a better thing with the technology. So we are trying to create the device that can have the farmer automate of irrigation. That's no need to go to the direct field. So it's really helpful for the farmers that they have a technology can remote control their irrigation through the mobile application. So I think that is the one that really I'm passionate about, and also I think about the impact for agriculture. And I wish that today is the Women's Days, and I think that it might be have something inspire a women, and also we can enjoy our show together. Thank you.
Thank you, Celine. You know, after speaking with you, the one session that we had together, I was quite amazed how young you are, and to be able to want to give back to the community in the way that you want to give back, especially in agriculture for Cambodia. It's quite unique, and I think you have a long way to go in terms of how much you will grow in this industry and how much you can give back to Cambodia farmers. So great meeting you, and I hope people will learn more about what you're doing and be able to help out in ways that they can. So thank you. Samir Kokopon, tell us all about that.
Hi everyone, I am Sok Mieng Naing. I'm CEO of Kukopon and 100% product of Cambodia. So I graduated in computer science at RUPP. At the same year, I studied computer software expert at HRD, graduated at both school. And then I worked for software outsourcing Korean company for almost 2 years. Back to that time, I had a goal at least get out of Cambodia once in my life. So I start to save money. I decided to go to Malaysia. It was amazing. I saw the flying train. I saw different nationalities, 3 nationalities living in one country. Huge experience for me. Then I continue my trip to Malaysia. The building that I want to visit was Marina Bay Sands to see the beauty of Singapore. Then when I about to join it, there was an entrance fee, which was so expensive for me. Then I got introduced the app called Groupon to get discount. So I got a discount. I was able to go to the building. It was quite amazing, and I really enjoyed it. And I'm holding the passion to bring this kind of lifestyle back to my country. I quit my job and start the business, knowing that I have only technology background and nothing else. But I learned on the way. We create the logo, we create the website, everything was from us. Then we will struggle a lot. The website was built and nothing developed. It was failed. We throw it to the trash, and we rebuild it again. It was a lot of trail, a lot of fall. And then I decided to launch without any database or any amazing technology. We just launched it in the end of 2018, and the whole 2019 I was learning a lot, get out of a lot of comfort zone, learn how to talk with different people. I'm an IT, and I used to work a lot with computer, and then when it turned to talk with people, it was quite challenging. So a lot of learning, a lot of fail building the team. In 2019, we were a little bit moving and the COVID hit. We witnessed people lost their family. We witnessed the business closed down. And I was thinking maybe it's time for me to give up too. It's no customer, no business, whoever we work with. But during the really moment that I'm about to give up, the customer and the partner who we work with say, hey, you know what? Please help us to sell. We about to die too. If you die, who help us? So we decide to refocus from discount to local producer and farmer. Right now, we are 100% dedicated to local product, helping farmer to expand their market. And 2020 was an amazing year that you see a startup refocus or do the 5 pivot. I learned so many things, and I have so many people, the business owner, to not let them feel they are left behind. So I transfer the digital knowledge. I help them to go digital. I help them to understand about digital literacy. And 2021, on the website, we are having more than 100 partners on the platform and more than 250 products on Coupon. So I'm really happy to be here with all you amazing women in Cambodia, and I'm really honored to be here. Thank you.
Wow, Saining, thank you so much for sharing your story. I'm actually honored to be here with you and just listening to your stories of the challenges you faced. Um, I believe it's quite similar to, in 2020 across the world with businesses, and for you to be able to leverage the downside of 2020 and refocus and make you and your company better. I mean, that's a great story to share. Right? Never give up. So thank you for that. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay, moving on to Ms. Rachana Lay.
Thank you, Kim. Good afternoon, everyone. Happy International Women's Day. I think we all women on the panel here. It was great to know all of you. I'm actually a provincial from the province side. I'm got my high school from Kampong Cham and then moving to live in Phnom Penh for bachelor degree. So I graduated from University of Law and Economics at that time and have a chance to got a scholarship to Thailand for Master of Business Administration at Asian Institute of Technology. So I'm the mother of 3 kids as well. In the banking career, I'm working for 20 years. So starting from the entry level as the credit analyst, and then moving to a senior level as the head of department, and then become a deputy general manager in microfinance institution. Lately, I was with Foreign Trade Bank of Cambodia for 14 years as deputy general manager. As well as I have a chance to moving around every 3-4 years to different role. And the last one, I was serving as the chief risk officer there. And right now I'm with Chipmon Commercial Bank as the senior vice president. On the first year in charge of the operation and services. And right now moving ahead to be head of retail banking and branch management. I'm also serving as an independent board of director in one insurance company. So just for your information, Chipmon Commercial Bank is a part of Chipmon here in the market for 40 years. We aim as a bank to be the most trusted bank in Cambodia in terms of innovative solution, technology, and I think one of the fintech area that we also looking to cooperate with the company here. So thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Bong, for joining us today, and lots of experience to learn from you being in the financial industry for more than 20 years, I believe. So thank you so much. Last but not least, Tita, your story is amazing, and I would love to hear more about it.
Well, thank you so much, Bong, for having me as a panelist today, and to everyone, and especially to the other mothers, as a mother around the globe as well. So basically, I think everyone is knowing me as a Miss Sol. Everyone not calling me Atira or my names, but it's all about salt all the time. So my name is Tida Tong. So I'm a founder of Tong Enterprise, which is a company that focusing on the agriculture and food system itself. So we mainly focusing on salt farming. So I am a salt farmer, still young, still fun, and going toward on this journey with the other entrepreneurial life, and especially to see a lot of inspired women today as well. So we basically, our company is starting in 2017, that we're starting to cooperate together with the other, our farmer, especially to work and to have our community, especially the small scale user from Kampot province. So I'm basically originally from Kampot province itself. So that's how the journey of my company. So we started this company with scratch, and people not really believe that we can do something, especially the soul, that never ever people give the value to our soul at all. But now we can do something with our tradition and method, especially on the new innovation to bring this kind of product to international market itself. So it's kind of something that I'm here to share with the other peoples of the experiences that we have done so far along the journey from the beginning itself. So thank you so much for that, and again, happy Women's Day also. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, ladies, for sharing your a little bit about yourself, your corporate and personal journey with us. So, as many over and over again, today is International Women's Day. I wanted us to acknowledge and celebrate some other women's work and accomplishment, whether it's personal to you or whether it's someone you look up to in other professions. Which woman do you look up to most, and why? Rachna Lay.
Thank you, Kim.
Thank you,
I think many of us been a mother already. So being a mother of 3 kids, we know how hardship, challenges, resilience we've been through in our life, right? So I think I admire the most to my mother, who have raised up 7 children. You know, 3 children is hard for us now. She did 7 children, and my even grandparents, they did 11 children. So you know, it's so a lot of things, best effort that they have done for the family. I think as a woman, as the mother, as the wife, the big responsibility, the commitment, the sacrifice, this is to all the mother around the world. I think we deserve acknowledgement and the admiration from people around the world.
Thank you, Bong. Thank you so much. How about Tida?
Well, for me, it's just like the same to Bong Rachana. It's just like I'm really appreciative to all the women, especially the greatest woman that I will ever have in my heart all the time. It's about my mom all the time, because she's not just a mom, but she just like a role model for me to be independent woman, to be resilient, like a growing up, because we are growing up from a farmer family itself. We had to work harder, we had to survive by ourselves, we had to build something from scratch itself. So my mom always sharing something about how we can do a better life, how, because every time she always do a lot of struggling just to make sure we are okay for the kids. So from those model, from those things, we learn something about that, being a lady. And it's not just a love that she has for us, but she has showing her like being a lady, we can do a lot of things. We are the founder of the happiness, not just for family itself, but we can build something for a better community to every people as well. Yeah.
Thank you. I'll just ask for one more person. Cornelia, how about you?
Thanks for the question. Indeed, I like to share this sentiment with Bong Rajanan and Tida. I think mothers play important roles in our lives. I mean, of course, we have to acknowledge fathers as well, but my mother has had a very profound effect on my life. the way she told me stories, she advised me on things, on so many things. So like Tida said, our mothers are not just mothers. There are our advisors, that are friends, there are everything. And we're here because of our mothers. And being woman has never been easy. So yeah, I hope that we don't just have today to celebrate women's achievements. We should have every day to celebrate being woman or womanhood. And again, the first person that that I think of is my mother, and I'm sure it's the same with all the panelists here. And like you mentioned, we should also acknowledge other women's achievement, or other women around us. All the panelists here have amazing and inspirational stories to tell, and to be honest, I'm very excited to also hear from all the panelists here today as well.
Okay, and I see that Monica would also like to share with us as well. So Monica, share with us.
Yes.
Who did you look up to
Yeah,
most and why?
I'm with Bong. I'm with all the three amazing lady, my grandmother and my mom, the role model. But I wanted to share my personal stories, that I wrote a personal letter to one of the women that I look up to her recently. She works in government, and she's young, amazing woman, and she's been through a lot last year and even this year. And last year, what was happening to me was that my dad passed away, and then within few weeks I lost one of my best friend in France, also passed away at a very young age. And then a few months later on, I lost another best friend to suicide. And then so many things crashing down around me, and I was like lost. Being mother and having the job and having all of this personal crisis, I was just lost. And then I looked, and then I saw her post on Facebook, and I saw how she continued to thrive despite all the major crazy facts happening around her. She continued to talk on the international talk show. She continued to bring awareness of Cambodia, beyond Cambodia. And she continued to smile and inspire many, many women. So I wrote her a letter, and I told her that her strength had given me strength. And I do hope all of us, I'm sure, like Kunila was saying, we look up to one another, and each one of us inspiring each other in a different way. Thank you.
Monica, thank you so much for sharing that. I think as a woman, we forget that we're not alone. There's a lot of things that we go through in life in our own journey that is similar and experienced by other women as well. We tend to, for me personally, I tend to keep things inside. We like to show the happy side of us. But also there's other side of us that has to do with sacrificing, having to make sure we maintain a certain balance, right? With our personal, with our career. So you brought up a good point, where perhaps sharing the struggles that we have gone through as a woman can also help out other women. So don't forget that your voice can be heard and should be heard, to help other women. If nothing else, it can help other women that may be going through similar situations. So thank you so much. That was very, very great of you sharing that. So thank you. All right. Okay, so when we talk about celebrating other women's work and accomplishment, now I'd like to know what do you feel that is your most accomplished achievement to date, and why? So share with us, because as we're celebrating other women, we also would like to celebrate you, and would like for you to celebrate you as well. So what's so I think we'll go to Sailin.
Yes, yeah, well, thank you so much. Ways that celebrate and for my achievement is I'm very happy that I have my business in hand, and I'm very happy that I can grow be a potential women in the community as well. But before I would like to explain, I would like to say that happy Women's Day to my mom, that I lost my mom when I was 15 years old. So I know that she in heaven and she really happy to see me around here that I can share to other women. So she's the person that always inspired me to be a strong woman. So what is I happy to achieve currently is I can be a strong woman, like my mom said. My mom always advised me, Sweden, you have to be strong and you take care of your family and then do a business that you really love. So I think now I can achieve the things that and show to her, and I hope that she's happy in Women's Day as well. There is the person always behind my struggle that's give me a hope. And one more thing is that I have opportunity for execute for my startup and as a position. One is like the high level of one. So sometimes it's hard to be a woman for control a lot of things that we have never been it before, and to work as a with the men as well. But what I'm happy is like I celebrate that we can leave our comfort zone. We can leave the box, that we can know about our big heart as a woman. We're not small of ideas. We're not as small of the heart, but we can do anything like a man. And one more thing you need to think about who inspire you. He is even like she's a simple guy, but only her word, only one word that really impact me. So I think that a person that behind me is really impacts me to make this achievable. And another thing is the last point as well, is like I can understand more about the sector of agriculture, whether I'm the background of IT guy. So I understand how the feel of the farmers pains, and then I'm really want to see that we want to have something to have them back. So a lot of things that I think that other women can do it, and also me. So I wish that it should be, everyone should be a celebrate, even like we have a different background, but we have different achievable, we have a different admirable for ourselves. So why we push down ourselves, just say we are happy for this today, but not only today, but forever, and also give a big support for yourself and think, dream big and achieve the thing that you're really dreaming about and make it happen. Thank you.
Thank you, Serlin. And you have come a long way, and it's a great accomplishment you've done so far with the pharmacist. So thank you so much. Bong Dara?
Yes. So I think my main accomplished achievement is my career. I always dreamed to become a CEO at the age of 40, and I made it. And probably for those who don't know my background, I, as the youngest daughter of the family, I had to come to Cambodia in the early 90s. So meaning sacrifice my life in France, where I was born, and come back to reconnect with my roots, because that was the wish of my parents. And in every Cambodian family, I believe, the youngest one's been the one they carry around. So that was me. So when I first landed in Cambodia, I was 17. It was 1992, 93. I, made the choice to spend the rest of their, lives with them. Unfortunately, they both passed away. So I have no regrets of my decision today. And, I started my career at the bottom of the pyramid, and I dreamed very big. So my message to all the women out there is that the sky is the limit. Please, be persistent of, what you want to achieve in life, and you can make it happen. Because, things happen throughout my career that I met the best, mentor, coaches, people that I aspire to work for, the first international bank in Cambodia, and was able to grow, my banking career there. So, I feel very blessed and grateful, but, I think I'm really, blessed to the achievement, and to be able today to transfer this knowledge and experience to the young ladies, whether in my organization or, my surroundings. So that's for me, Kim. Thank you.
Thank you, Dara, and thank you for that message to dream big.
Yes.
Yeah. Tida?
Well, thank you so much, Bong, for the question. So I think not like the other panelists, I heard they have very amazing kids and families on that. So I myself, I'm still single, and the bad thing that I can do is just like I still not balancing my life yet. So at the moment, the achievement for me is for family itself, for the community, and for the society too. So I grew up from a farmer families, and I recall myself visiting my parents few years back. And then I remember going to for the first time to talk with people about my project is to bring the dishes of Cambodia, especially the salt, to the world from the scratch, and where people never see it value at the first place at all. And some people said it impossible. Invest a lot of time, and they didn't believe that it happens. So at that time, I wasn't seeking myself to be the first. I just doing my thing to help my community along the ways only. So I'm trying by best to give the gift to them that they should deserve something as a farmers, and we proved them. We made it happen for that. So the big achievement for us is we don't give up. We build something from scratch, and we never give up for that. So because we believe in something that we can make it happen to that. And at the same time, I can share to the other people, especially the love and contribute back to my community itself, sharing to the other people, especially the young generation, that what kind of thing that we can look at back to make a better world that we want to live in, a world for diversity, a world for fluidities that we want to live and happy, better life as well. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Tida. You know, everyone has their own journey. Everyone has a point of inflection where we feel that we could contribute. And I think for some of us who are married and have kids, we've also gone through a certain journey in life where we have to establish our own dreams and where do we want to be. So for you to be, you know, still young and single and really want to help out and give back to your community. I mean, you don't have to wait until you get married to do this. Some of us just happen to be where we are after the fact, right? But it doesn't mean that you want to wait for something to happen before you start dreaming big, before you start accomplishing what you want to accomplish. So your story is very touching, and I hope that it also lends to other younger people, you know, single people, to let them know, hey, you have your own dream, go after it. You don't have to wait for somebody. You don't have to wait to be this or to be that, to pursue your own dream. So thank you so much for that. All right, moving on. The next question that I have for our panelists is, what progress have you seen in the workplace, especially for women, over the last decade? I would like to actually turn this question to Bong Rachana.
Thank you, Kim. I think over the last decade, we see at the national level, people work in the government. We see more and more women holding important role. And if you look at the banking industry, even the National Bank of Cambodia, you see deputy governor, general director, they are female. So that really inspiring and serving as the role model for young people. So to me, look to the private sector industry. I don't see, if you walk into the bank counter, bank, the brand of the many bank, you see most teller are female, right? Customer service are female, accountant, administration, but in general, like the other fintech company, women, female employees sell more than 50% in the of the total employee. However, you see at the management level, high position, less and less women in serving those ranks. So I was asking myself that why and why women cannot pick up those kind of high position, especially if you see in the banking industry, right now I don't see even CEO, female CEO right now in the bank industry. So personally, I think look to my generation, we don't see major female students that pursue for higher education, and they left chance and then they drop school, they start doing their own business. Some female staff that already been working, they get married and then they stop working. Some people that's already working and then they stop working to take care of the family. Sometimes if they have a husband and wife working the same time, then something need in the family. So only the woman that have to abandon and stay home to take care of the family. So it's a pity for me. That's why I have many college young women try to advise them that whatever situation you need to challenge that and try to work as much as possible. So not because you enjoy some family they already rich, you don't need family financial support, but staying at home and going out to join the society, it's quite different for women. So personally, I've been away from my family for 7 years. My husband, family, and kid, they went to live in Singapore for 7 years. I still try my best to work, back and forth, fly into Singapore and back and forth to work in the country for 7 years. So you can imagine. But that was because I have a very amazing boss that he understand and support. So right now we can work from anywhere, right? Through email, at the airport, from home. That's good that I want to see more women that try to pursue their purpose to work as much as possible. Thank you.
Thank you, Bong. I think that we have a long way to go when we talk about increasing the female capability and capacity to move into management level. We do have a long way to go, but I think the progress has already started, in my opinion, because we are seeing a lot more females are going into the workforce now. No matter what position they're starting in, I have to say that we at least acknowledge that they are coming out into the workforce. They are getting the experience they need. So now it's a matter of letting them or helping them get to the next level. But it has to start from somewhere. And I think the fact that there's many of them, like you mentioned, in the banking, where more tellers, maybe 99%, if not 100%, are female, right? Is that they are getting into the workforce place and they are getting the experience that they need. Now it's really our job as we sit where we are to help those to move up, to a level that we want them to accomplish as well. So thank you so much for that one. Monica, how do you feel about, in the workplace and any progress in the last decade so far?
Yeah, I'm similar to Bang Rachana, what I have observed over the past 10, 20 years. I started working, my first job was in a garment factory in HR. So I was a worker to work inside the factory. And then I moved across into petroleum, and I still and many other different environment, including banking, fintechs, and then with Visa. My journey, why I share my journey is I observe along the journey, and I have seen women change, and we change our mentality. We have changed. When I started working, I remember one of my girlfriend that worked with me at a factory. She came to me. She said, "Hey, Monica, we are the only few women that working here, We should be proud of ourselves, young and start working, earning our money." And we were like celebrating our success at that point, right? And then I moved to different sector. And I remember one of the interview were asking me, like, a woman, you should sell cosmetic, should sell product. Why you want to work in a technical or in a non-woman environment, and I was so shocked with the question that I got asked. And I said, woman can do anything if she believes she can do. It doesn't matter whether it's a petrol, whether it's a cosmetic, whether it's a surgery, brain surgery, anything is possible, right? And I have seen a traumatic change in the government. Lots of women, young women work there. Like one of my the woman I look up to, she's very young and lead in a very senior role. We have seen also in banking sector, but I do hope. It's sad when I stand there and I observe the room full of men, and I'm the only few women standing there. It's good to see that I'm now joining the lady clubs, the fintech environment, and I and Bong Rachana in banking. I do hope to see one day a Cambodian woman leading a CEO role of a bank. But like Bong Rachana said, we don't see any Cambodian woman leading a CEO level and a senior management level. So, but it has been changed dramatically. And the way that women talk with also it changed, that we are part of that. We want to be part of that. So as long as women believe in themselves, I'm sure very soon the first Cambodian woman CEO will be there. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Monica. So I think when we talk about the progress in the workplace, like Monica had mentioned, it's really about the mindset, for the woman, and how can we help change that. So when we think about ourselves, let's talk about what are the beliefs that are holding you back from progress, right? And what beliefs do you have that are helping you to be where you are today and going forward? I can turn this question to Sagniam. Perhaps share a little bit about what's holding you back and what's been helping you in terms of your belief system.
Thank you so much. And I do believe and I do agree with all what Bong Monica said. I observe. So I go to some experiment which I don't know, and I just look back. This is what the other women been gone through. So the first step would be about myself. I'm growing up as from farmer family, same as Tida. So as a farmer family living in the province, there are so many rules, many neighbors talking about stuff, and blah blah blah, so on. And I was raised to believe that when I grow up, I should be a housewife, good at cooking, good at take care of kids, and good at do the houseworks. So I believe in it. I think that's true because everyone told me that. And then I start to read book. I start to hear about different story, and then I start to have a self-confidence. Say, actually, it's not true that I can persuade the education and I can achieve more, not just that. So that's the first step. I think that first you have to believe in yourself to overcome with that fighting in you. So what you have raised and what you have believed, it have to first fighting in yourself. And the second step is to fighting with your family. So my father also believed that when I grow up, I should become a good housewife. And even more, women should support women, but maybe my mom or maybe the other family join the father saying, yes, you should grow up and be a good wife. So instead of supporting women, the woman supporting the norm that already hard on women. So that the second step that you have to, so I have to overcome this step saying, no, I have to be this, I have this goal, I believe in this, so I have to like really break through. But once I'm break through between myself and my family, and it go to the society norm, it was not look good when I hang out only with male friend, or I do some, like I learn IT say, you learn IT and the whole class is just girl. It's like there are a lot of confusion in the society that we are live in. So these three layers that you have to break in, and I can overcome with this just because I believe in myself. It's the reason it's the only reason I can win this. But I believe there are many women out there who win this kind of layer, who go through this step too. And if you believe in yourself, you can go through as me. I go through it, so you can go too. You can go through too. It's really hard, but it's doable. And if you think you are alone, you are not alone. Please break it. Be different. It's okay to be different, but it's not okay to live in somebody else's belief. So please break it through and believe, and then achieve more. Don't be just stick as a housewife. Yeah, that's what holding me back, and that's how I overcome it.
Wow, thank you, Saming. I'm sure there's a lot of female here in Cambodia, especially, that are going through the same belief system, generations after generations. And that's the reason why we, have this type of show to showcase women in leadership position, or women who's been able to break that barrier, that's been holding us back from doing the things that we want to do, things that we want to accomplish. So thank you for sharing your story of the breakthrough. That was quite amazing. Thank you very much. Canela, are you back online now? You're back. Okay, awesome. So we haven't heard from you. I would like to get your feedback and hear about this. What beliefs are holding you back, and which one are helping you to where you are today.
Thank you very much. This is a very good question. I mean, as much as we like to think positively all the time, there are times that we have certain feelings about ourselves, about what we do. And I think what the kind of beliefs that hold me back, and a lot of women back as well, are the things like, I am not good enough for this and for that. A little self-doubt, here and there. And we're human beings, and I think it's important to be honest to ourselves that this thing happens to us at times, right? But it's important to examine ourselves and ask ourselves questions. Are we not good enough, right? So this is the kind of belief that hold myself and a lot of people, women, back. Another thing is say not being able to speak up for what you want, for what I want. So yeah, I have 2 points right here. One is you're not good enough. Secondly, you cannot speak up for what you want. So these are the beliefs that will hold a lot of people back. But then there is also a part of me that believes in this thing that um, I am good enough and I can speak up for what I want, right? I mean, listening to this, I'm sure all of you can say, change your mindset, shift your mindset. It's important to shift it, to change it. And so that you can you can create a different narrative about being a woman, about womanhood, that we can be good enough, and we need to speak up for what we want, and we can do it. And there is one thing that I always want to say to a lot of people, even to myself: do not let the gender you're born in stop you from becoming who you want to be. um, a lot of times we are bombarded with this, or you're a woman, you can't do this, you're too busy with your kids, you can't do this. We make time. We don't have a lot of time in the world. We have 24 hours like everyone else, right? It doesn't mean I have 26 hours, you have only 24. We all have limited time on this earth. But it's important that we make time for things that we want, and we should ask ourselves, what do we want to do? Will we continue to let our gender define who we want to become and define what we want to do? So just some thoughts to share. Thank you.
Wow, Canela, that was quite powerful. Yeah, I wondered if that question that we ask ourselves, are we good enough? I wonder if that is because, like you said, we identify as a gender, as a female. Or are we identifying that because we lack certain capability to do that? And if we remove the gender and we said, me as myself as a person, if I'm not good enough, the next question that should follow is, what do I need to do to be good enough? What do I need to do to get me to that next level? Rather than saying, okay, I'm not good enough, and then you stay quiet, and that's where your voice is not being heard either, right? So yeah, that's very, very powerful. We need to start being aware of that, so we can figure out, because women are amazing at figuring things out. I mean, we can multitask, we can do so many things like at one time, right? So there's no reason why having that question, being aware of it, is a stopper for us. It should be a leading, it should lead us into the next question for ourselves. What do I need to do to get there? What do I need to do to make sure that I feel I'm good enough? So thank you for that. That was very powerful. Thank you. Okay. All right, this question from Monica. As leaders of your organization, how do you ensure gender diversity in your teams? I'm asking because you come from a very big organization.
Yeah, it's you know what, we have this scorecard that we track on diversity, every country, everywhere around the world. So we are not just talking about when we are tracking, measuring it. We want to make sure we walk the talk. As a leader, you have to lead example, and we are as an organization that always making sure we say something and we deliver that. We don't, under deliver and over promise, etc. So we try, and we also have specific, like there are some specific programs that designed to build skill set for women. And I'm very blessed to join a couple of those programs myself. The executive program for women in Visa, and this program alone bring us women everywhere around the world meet together. So this is right before COVID hit all of us. So we went to a University of Berkeley twice a year to be together and learn together with a broader visa, and sharing experience and challenge each other also in terms of what else we can change those mindset, like Kunila was talking about, the two big questions that many women holding ourselves back. That is one of the opportunity for executive level, and for other level, there's also Asian women program that designed specifically to drive more, build more skill set, so that women get empowered, women can share and having much more confidence in themselves. And for me personally, what I would do, I would definitely spend time with the women within my organization and also outside my organization, because they, I help coaching a couple of women, young women in business, in corporate world, within Visa, outside Visa, to make sure that they are empowered, they can consult in a very safe environment, from one woman to another woman, and sharing perspective. And that is one of the things that I do hope many of us can do more in that side, so that we can grow our next generation, so that she feel empowered and she can move into her organization or in her own business or within Visa as an organization. Thank you, Kim.
Thank you, Monica. I'm glad to hear that, there's a lot of different programs out there that can support diversity, especially gender diversity. And we look forward to hearing much more about that as well. Okay, Bong Rachana, I would like to also hear your opinion about this.
Well, Kim, I think this is a good question, but I don't see any issue on gender diversity at the bank right now. like I said, the percentage of women is already more than men. And sometimes if you see some of my branch, even the men complain that they have so too many women there.
Okay.
Female brand manager serving did the as the head of the brand, leading the team of the document. That is already very proud of us. But in general, I think if we talk about quantitative, right, the number is one thing. You have a lot of women there, but the quality of those people serving, like I said, in the high position, that what we looking to see. And in the private sector is very easy, very simple. Everything based on the merit basis. So if you are good, you will be able to move up. So I think in general, we look to the people that try to inspire women to go for education. You have a real skill, what you're doing, you have to make sure that you can make it independently. At the bank side, we talk about the honesty, we talk about commitment. We want someone that very challenging. And if you say that man is smarter than woman, not really. I think men and women, we are smart, right? So we try to inspire that what the men can do, women also can do. But I don't mean in terms of competition on the energy. We're not going to compete on that. In terms of brand, we talk about the how you think, how the woman think. I think sometimes probably women can think better than men, especially on the financial side. That's why you see women always hold the wheel, hold the money in every family.
Okay, thank you so much. Because we're out of time, but what I really would like to know is, I know that there's a lot of female working in the banking industry, but more importantly, how do we get them up into the next level, into the executive level? Through maybe more education provided or more programs tailored to just to mentor the woman within that industry. So we can take offline for that, but I think that's quite important as well for us to discuss. Okay. Audience, sorry, we were in such a tense conversation. If you have any questions, please type in the comment section, and our speakers can help answer those questions for you. So if you have any questions, please drop them in the comment section. Okay, last but not least, what is the one message that each of you would like to give to young aspiring women out there on how they can set themselves up for success? At this moment, I'll start with Tida, and then Rachana, and then anyone else who would like to speak up and share with us your thought. Okay, perfect. Tida.
Hi. Yeah, Bon. So may I ask parents again about question? Sorry.
Repeat the questions.
Yeah.
Is that what you're asking? Okay. What is the one message you would like to give to young aspiring women out there on how they can set themselves up for success?
Well, thank you so much, Mom, for this question. So as being a young woman, I can say a young woman that well, like I mentioned earlier, I wasn't seeking for to be the first. I just doing my thing, and I want to serve my community along the ways. So when somebody like me can be visible, I think that is such a possibility for the other women out there, no matter if they are from or what their background was like. So they will probably have a lot of possibility to have a chance to be possible like me as well. But at the same time, you have to work harder as well. You have to keep learning. You have to take opportunity that come to you and believe in yourself as well. Because I think it will be a time when someone tells you that you cannot do it, especially when there are multiple people and you started to believe it also. So remind yourself that it's safe to climb up, that is safe to go forward, because the view out there is very spectacular. And don't be afraid to ask advice from the other people, because you will find there are more possibility that you don't know about for that. And I believe also that's also important to have more women in the room to give a lot of different diversity, to make a different world, and to make the world that we want to live in, the world of integration, the world of diversity. And like today, we have a lot of inspiration, women sharing their leadership from different backgrounds. So this is what I want to share to the other women out there as well. Thank you again.
Thank you, Tida. Bong Rachana?
Yeah, Kim, the question seems like I'm already old, right? Maybe you message to the young woman, right?
Well, no, we have a panel. This is the beauty of this panelist, is that we have extremely young and extremely mature, right? A group of people. So it's good to get different viewpoints.
Whatever, you know, it said that money is not important, right? The important that is that we don't have money, right? My message is that everyone, not only women, I think we need to build a strong, independent financial position. What is the purpose of working? We want to get out from home. We want to enjoy. We have our own purpose. You have dream, but at the end of the day, you also need financial, right? Finance that can well support yourself. So with that, quite strong finance, they will set you free of many stress and pressure. That's why you heard many people play a joke that better to cry in the Rolls Royce, right? Crying under on the street, right? So to women, this is important. Then you will be valuable as well when we did something that made set up ourselves that we are independent. We don't breathe because of someone give you the oxygen. Right? So do that and keep ourselves busy. I also encourage people to do a lot of exercise to stay healthy and be socialized. For your information, we also have a female cycling team, road bike. So we did 30 kilometer, 100 kilometer during the weekend. So you all can join us.
Okay, thank you. So financial and health.
Yeah.
Yes, awesome. Thank you. Okay, Monica.
Bong Rachana stole my line already.
Okay.
No. It's good to be here. And like Bong said, don't don't be too serious. Don't be too hard on yourself. Have fun, enjoy it. While you're doing it, you enjoy it. Have some fun, laugh about that, right? So my only personal advice is that to the women out there that are young and want to be successful, whether in career, in family, or in business, build a very strong foundation. Foundation is very important. If you have a very strong foundation, you can build very tall tower. But if your foundation is weak, you can't go high. Foundation is so important, whether it's a financial foundation, whether it's a knowledge foundation, whether it's a health foundation, because on a longer run, we all need health at the end. So focus on that. And it's okay today to start at a junior level. It's okay today to start a very small scale business, just selling one little product. As long as you have the gut to start and learn from it, make mistake, build a foundation, don't repeat the same mistake, but relearn, re-navigate your strategy, and look for other people. Like you have amazing diversity of women in this show, right? If you want to ask for advice, reaching out to other women that has been there and doing it before you, and don't be afraid to raise your hands up and have your voice being heard. So that's the only personal advice that I want to give to all the young women out there. Thank you.
Thank you, Monica. Okay, I see Canela would like to also share your perspective on this.
Thank you very much, Bang Kim. I'll be very brief. I really love what Tida just said by citing her personal example. And I just want to share a wonderful quote by Maya Angelou, one of my most favorite authors of all time. She said, each time a woman stands up for herself without knowing it possibly, without claiming it, she stands up for all women, right? So Tida's words exactly are what this quote is all about. When you do something for yourself as a woman, you actually stand up for other women as well. And another sentence that I want to share also is that any woman shines doesn't make other women's light go dim or dimmer, you know. So when you shine, I will also shine. I will also be inspired to do the same as you, right? So these are just 2 points I want to share. Thank you so much.
Thank you. So shine for ourselves and shine for others. Yeah, thank you so much. Okay, I think we have Sanin, you wanted to share your perspective as well? Or did we lose already? Okay. Okay, so I'm going to wrap up the show, but we have 2 questions from the audience that would like to address here. Is one, what special or unique traits do Cambodian women have that makes them great leaders? What special or unique traits do Cambodian women have that makes them great leaders? Who would like to take on? I would like to see your hands being raised. Mang Dara?
Yes, I think it's a great question. I think what makes the difference for Cambodian women leaders is that I believe we are multitask. You know, we have so much expectation from the minute we open the eyes, from, you know, being a mother, a wife, and, you know, a boss at work, and as well an employee, because we know, I'm sure all of us have responsibility and task to report back. On top, we also need to manage partners. So I think, and I've seen, you know, all of you today as a great inspiration to all the women out there. And I believe that I've seen also on my day-to-day life, Cambodian women are unique. They are able to be pretty at work, to be pretty in social gathering. They are able to put many hats throughout the day. And this is really making us so special. So ladies, you know, I think, you know, we do, you know, bring diversity from our different background, but I think at the end, we do have a common, you know, goal, and, you know, we stand for our, you know, Cambodian, you know, woman value. So that will be my personal opinion, Kim, but love to hear from other ladies in the room.
Okay, I think Canela, you wanted to say something about this, huh?
Yeah, actually, I have this feeling that, you know, the more I travel, the more I get to know that we are more alike than we think we are. Cambodian women, Western women, Asian women, you know, we have very similar stories. We are more alike than we are. And so I just want to say there's no, for me, I feel like all women share the same struggles. Growing up, facing a lot of expectations the first time we open our eyes, you know, but I understand and I agree with Bang Dara that there is so much pressure placed on women, Cambodian women especially. Remember back in the days when we had female admonitions, you know, Chabab Sere, you know, like long list of things that Cambodian women had to do, and the fact that we have to be perfect in all circumstances. So we're very unique. We learn to accumulate a lot of pressure, and then we learn to turn it into our own advantages in a way. I mean, looking at the bright side of things. So just a brief sharing for me. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, moving on to a second question. We want to make sure we address some audience questions here. The theme for this year's International Women's is Choose to Challenge. We're very well aware of that. So how do you intend to do your part on a personal level and as a professional? Choose to challenge. anyone would like to share? Okay, Canela, go for it.
Well, I mean, if it helps, I like to chip in. I saw this campaign going around. I'm really really amazed by the response going globally. So on a personal level and professional level, as somebody who's been in the business, education, and technology sector, I will continue to teach and to work with young people, especially young women. In fact, so far I have mentored several startups, especially startups led by women, and it's proved very satisfying. And I would like to call on all the women with the expertise to help contribute back. Your time is very valuable, and you don't have to give anything else but your time. And like Oprah Winfrey said, the best thing you give to people, the best gift you give to people is time. So this is my choose to challenge, giving more time to women, to initiatives led by women. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Anyone else would like to speak on this topic here? How they choose to challenge? Okay.
Kim,
yeah.
I just want to share quickly my choose to challenge initiative and inspiring Jana bicycle women club. So I don't think I can do 100 kilometers. So my choose to challenge is I might join your club, Rajana. That is my personal goal. and on professional goal, there's a new challenge that coming up that I still think about it, and I will confront that challenge, and I will make a decision on that, and hopefully I can continue to inspire many young Cambodian women to achieve their dream. Thank you, Kim.
Thank you so much. I don't think we have any other questions from the audience. So I wanted to just say thank you so much for all of our guest speakers today, as well as to all the audience who's been with us listening and asking questions as well. So really appreciate it. I look forward to actually meeting each of you guys on a personal level, because quite inspiring with your stories and your background. And it's always great to be able to share with each other our success and struggles as a woman. So thank you very much, and happy International Women's Day.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you, Kim, for being an amazing host. Thanks, everyone. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Happy Women's Day.
Happy Women's Day.
So Kim, you're gonna invite us for
red wine.
Red wine online, right?
I have 2 cases at home.
I mean red wine.